It's how you can go and get exotic pets a lot faster and easier inside of AdoptMe. If you'd like to win your own legendary pet from me completely for free, make sure you like this video, subscribe and comment your username. I give away free legendary pets every single week to my subscribers. I have a list of 10 tips and tricks that I use to go and get all of my exotic pets inside of the game. Let's start. My first tip is to trade smart and not fast. The first tip is to not rush trades. I see this all the time, that people will go into a trade, they'll rush it, they'll be quick, and then they'll go and regret the trade later. What you want to go and do is use an AdoptMe trading value list or AdoptMe trading value website to avoid overpaying. You should always check if the exotic pet is rising or falling in popularity. The issue is when you're trying to go and collect exotic pets, these things' values change every single day. So bear that in mind when you're trying to go and get an exotic pet. These things could literally skyrocket in value, or at the same time they could drop a ton. So make sure you go and check out a trusted value website, which you can use to find out if a deal is good or not. Where you can then find out if your trade that you're doing is a win, fair, or a loss. Because remember, at some point, this diamond butterfly was worth a frost dragon in terms of value. And well, now you'd need 2 diamond butterflies to go and get 1 frost dragon. So values change all the time. So make sure you stay up to date with a good value trading website. Speaking of which, I might be going into making my own soon. And I'll give you a hint, it might look something a little bit like this. My next tip is to camp the events and seasonal updates. If you don't know what an exotic pet is, they are typically often released during events like Halloween, Christmas, or literally any sort of event like Summerfest. You will go and find an exotic pet. What you want to do is save your bucks for these events and play a ton during this duration. For example, the recent Butterfly Sanctuary update, you could have obtained yourself this, the prismatic butterfly, by simply playing the game. Now this pet is already classified as an exotic pet and maintains a significant amount of value, and it was relatively easy to go and obtain, and it was a pet that didn't even have to cost you bucks if you went and used a Snapdragon treat, which you got by simply playing the game. So if you want to go and earn your own special exotics, you can do so by just playing the seasonal updates or the seasonal events. Go and play them, and there's a chance you can literally get an exotic pet without spending a single Robux. Obviously, during those events, there will also be the Robux alternatives. For example, the balloon unicorn, that will typically cost you a bunch of Robux. So if you're buying Robux or premium, press the click here to add a star code and type the word candy and press add. It will say you're supporting CookieCutter. You lose absolutely nothing by doing this, and it helps to support the channel. So make sure you use star code candy when buying Robux or premium, or even a gift card. My next tip is to go and buy the exclusive eggs. There is literally no point going and buying a cracked egg if you want to go and get an exotic pet, because everybody knows the pets that you can get out of a cracked egg are all going to be basic. It's not going to be necessarily something that someone who has an exotic pet is going and looking to trade for. Like, these pets, some of them are good of course, but the majority of the time you're gonna go and get a common pet. I would advise not going and buying a cracked egg. If you do want to go and get one of the legendaries, you're probably better off going into opening up this egg, which has an 8% chance of going a legendary if you want to go and get yourself like the ancient dragon or the dragonfly pet. You're probably better off going into just buying this one. But personally, I would not buy that, because the next tip is to go and buy the exclusive Gumball Machine egg. What you want to do is focus on going and getting this. They have a better odds for going and getting a legendary. These legendaries are going to go and leave the game eventually, meaning that that's a good investment, because once that legendary has left the game, it will go and rise in value. I mean, look at the giraffe, for example. This was from a Gumball Machine legendary egg. It was a 4% chance, and it is one of the most valuable pets in the game, is this giraffe. So make sure if you're going and hatching stuff, you're better off going and investing your bucks into one of these and using that for trading rather than going and trading the pets that you get out of a cracked egg. Tip number 4 is to keep these eggs unhatched. If you have enough bucks to go and keep some of these eggs unhatched, then you will be in luck, because unhatched rare old eggs are worth a significant amount of value. For example, a Christmas egg, the farm egg, or most of these eggs, including the safari egg, is actually more valuable unhatched than some of the pets that you can get out of it. If I was to hatch this safari egg right now, we can see that it would be worth a ton of value. An unhatched safari egg is worth 103 cookies, which is nearly the same value as a literal frost dragon. But imagine you open up that safari egg and you get an uncommon meerkat. That would be worth 4 cookies compared to 103. So sometimes you're better off keeping things as eggs. It will maintain more value and be more useful for you to go and trade it to go and get those exotic pets that you want. So if you haven't already, go and stock up on a bunch of these moon eggs and use it for trading. This is a piece of advice that I use all the time. In fact, I have 160 desert eggs. How many of this? 500 in 7 garden eggs. Why did I buy 507 garden eggs? That's actually crazy. So yeah, as you can see, I stick by the words that I say. If I'm saying this is a tip, this is genuinely something that is a piece of advice that I've been going and using for many years to go and get my exotic pets that I have right now. Tip number 6 is to use an alt account because of the lure system. If you can't remember, every single account can place a lure down completely for free, and a lure will take you an average of 4 hours to activate. And there is a chance that you can go and get some crazy pets from the lure. For example, a blazing lion is a free pet that you could literally get from this lure. All you had to do is go and put a lure down, and you had a 1 in 10,000 odds of going and getting one of the most valuable pets inside of the game for free by literally doing nothing. So if you do have an alt account, just log into it. You don't even need to use both accounts at the same time. Just swap your password or swap your login, log into the alt account, and then you'd be able to go and obtain some pretty good items. And of course, the odds are very small of this, but it's worth going and doing, as your alts can go and get a bunch of bucks, they can go and get other event pets, or they can also go and get age up potions. And age up potions brings me on to my next piece of advice. Tip number 6. Making and trading neon pets. Neons and megas have a higher value for lower tiered pets, so you can trade them for exotic legendaries when it's possible. Now, of course, this does only apply in certain scenarios. If I was to go and right now make myself a neon frost dragon out of 4 frost dragons, it would be a bad idea. I'll go and give you a demo right now. Let's say that we have ourselves 4 regular frost dragons. That comes to a value of 468. But if we have a neon frost dragon, it's worth 259. Which is absolutely crazy to think that is how value systems work on really old rare pets, but that's just simply how it works. But say, for example, you want to go and test this theory out on a more recent pet where not many of the things actually exist, then it would be worth going and doing. For example, a ginger cat being worth 0.26 cookies, but a neon one is worth 1.45. Which means you'd be going and gaining a 0.5 cookie interest. So you'd be going and getting a bunch more value for your money and for your time, and you'd actually be going and gaining a profit. So I guess if you do plan on intending to make a neon pet or a mega neon pet, then what I advise you do is first of all check the value of the neon pet that you intend to make. Because if going and keeping 4 regular non-versions is more valuable than going and making a neon, then don't bother going and turning it into a neon. Just go and trade them and try and trade it into the neon. Like, trade 2 frost dragons for a neon frost dragon rather than wasting 4 frost dragons and making it neon yourself. like I did. Yes, I'm a dumb child. Tip number 7 is to trade up from commons. Some people are trying to go and complete sets or make neons so they're after a specific common pet. For example, I have a ton of commons. Look at all of this. Now what you could go and do is trade your common pets, check if any of them are full grown, and try and find someone in your server who is specifically looking for that pet. You can go and get rid of your commons because realistically, these things clog up your inventory. They take up a bunch of space. They might make you look a bit boring. And as you can see, I got tons of commons. What I try and do is trade all of my commons into megas, or trade my neons into megas, or try and get rid of my commons by simply giving them away for free to my subscribers. Is a pretty good way I get rid of them. But what I recommend doing is getting your common pets and upgrading them into rares, then trading rares, upgrading it into ultra rares into legendaries, and then using those legendaries to trade it into an exotic pet. Tip number 8 is to join Discord servers or trading hubs. There is an official Adopt Me Discord server, or I do have my own, meaning if you have Discord, you can go and join it. Now, in my Discord server, there is a trading section, there's a win, fair, loss section where you can go and find out if a trade is good or not, or you can go and post what pets you have for trade to try and find someone else who's going and trading that pet. So if you want to go and check that out, go and join my Discord server. There is a bunch of people always posting what they have for trade, and the link is in the description of this video to go and join it yourself. Tip number 9 might seem obvious, but it's not to fall for scams. So you should never do a trust trade, a cross trade, or any sort of thing that you see. There's a bunch of people out there who will have exotic pets to try and lure you in as a scam. Because exotic pets attract scammers or people who want to go and fall victim to the scam. So if you see someone saying that they're trading an exotic pet, you got to be a little bit cautious, as some of the time they'll be going and doing a scam. A very popular scam, for example, is a player saying, trading my balloon unicorn for a neon black dog. For example, it's just a random example. Is a black dog even a thing? I don't know. Okay, that's not a pet. I just made one up. And then there'd be one person saying trading a black dog for something worth more than it's worth. And then it's kind of like a complicated multiple person scam, which is just absolutely evil. But basically just be cautious if you see any sort of suspicious activity or specific trade requests where they're after a niche product, like a weird rattle, and then someone else in the server is trading that rattle or that weird toy for an overpay. It's definitely normally a scam. Now my final tip for tip number 10 on going and getting those exotic pets is by just grinding the game. You can play consistently to go and earn bucks, dress up your pets, go and do tasks, do the task board like this. Give me $100, buy a gift from Santa, get a gift, buy 5 furniture items. That's really easy because I can just go into this, search a random thing and buy this and then sell it, and then buy it again and then sell it. Wait until we've done this 5 times, and there we go. Stop editing. We should be able to, oh, actually it has to be one that I've bought. Okay, I see it. They're trying to catch me out. Okay, there we go. We bought the 5 items. Now I can go and claim bugs. Now remember, if you do this on multiple alt accounts, you can go and get a ton of bugs. Use those bugs, buy eggs, transfer those eggs to your main account, and you'll eventually go and get rich. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1.1 million subscribers, and it would be amazing if you press the subscribe button. Apparently 70% of you watching haven't even pressed the button yet, so press subscribe right now. Make sure you subscribe with your subscriptions public to be featured at the end of every single video. Shout out to all of these amazing people who recently subscribed. Click the button on the screen right now to go and see another Adopt Me video where I go and trade some neon exotic pets, see what offers we go and get for them. There's some pretty fun trade offers. Go and press the button on the screen right now to watch that video, and subscribe to be featured at the end of the next video with your subscriptions public.